going to be talking about the Great Depression. It was something that will change lives for the citizens forever. I can't even think about how bad that the Great Depression will change people. It was from 1929, and it was October 1929. This could literally change people forever. Some people just don't understand how bad it was. But it's almost as bad as 9/11. I mean, it's really bad. So that was called Black Tuesday, October 1929, which was Black Tuesday. And that was the New York Stock Exchange. And it crashed because of high prices, and people couldn't get their exchange of what they wanted. So in that case, it crashed. And President Roosevelt came out with the 3 R's. They basically called him the hero because if it weren't for him, then we wouldn't have got near how far we would have at first in order to get rid of the Great Depression and get the stock market back on its feet. So relief was for the unemployed and poor, and so that was something that would, he wanted the relief to help, all the unemployed, because if it wasn't for that, then, nobody would have had jobs to help their family. Nobody could have got back on their feet. There was maybe even places that were open just for, everybody to get, their food or get houses, because the stock market caused everyone to lose everything that they had. And recovery recovered economy to normal levels. So if the stock market had caused the economy to crash basically and lose all its hope, and all the businesses shut down, nobody had job offerings, and people every day had signs, riots, just wanting jobs, and it sent people poor. It killed people because nobody had food. And reform a financial and system to prevent a repeat of the Great Depression. So what that is he wanted to reform the financial system, which was fix it and keep everything happy, because the financial system was all about everything that had happened, and if it wasn't for him, all the financials and money would be gone, but it already was, and there was nothing he could really do but give the 3 R's to help. And so after that, President Roosevelt died. Well, we had World War II, which this was the best thing that had ever happened to us, was World War II. So what had happened was, for World War II, they needed people to make weapons. They needed to bring the economy back on their feet. But they were going to go to war, but they did not have enough people to make weapons or have enough people to do anything like that. If it wasn't for World War II, then everything was crashed. After Roosevelt died, everything was gone, and, the 3 R's helped a lot, but it just wasn't what the economy needed to get back up. It helped everybody, like recovery and everything like that, to bring people, to just keep them from, losing everything that they owned or everything that they had. So what World War II did was bring the economy back on its feet, keep people from losing everything that they had, because people were skinny and, bone showing, and, it was really sad. because I've watched so many interviews about how bad it was, about people who've survived it, and it's tragic. And we hope that we never have an economic slump like this again. It was very bad, and it really messed up a lot of things. But we just hope that it never happens again. And if it wasn't for, we were just thankful that we had World War II to help us, help the Great Depression get back up in the stock market to come back up, and people get jobs and not lose everything that they owned. But we ought to really be thanking them, because if it wasn't for that, then today, there's no telling that how different it would be. We're here in 2012, and everything's different from back then. There's more job offerings, there's more, because there's more bigger businesses than only one, which was the stock market. So now it's a whole lot better because we have so many businesses. If one failed, then not everything fails, not the economy, because that is what a major problem was. Everybody was trying to fight everybody because they had no money. They were going to lose everything that they owned, and it was not good at all. And they didn't want that. So President Roosevelt was the hero because he did not want anything bad like that to happen. Because if it were to, then if it were to happen again, then there's no telling what we could do. But a plan that we would have was that we have backup businesses all around the U.S. and trading and everything that helps our economy, because we don't have just one business that helps everybody, the economy and everything, because that is what happened in 1929. In October 29th, 1929, that was the day that it crashed. That was the day that everything tragic had ever happened in this world. And I feel bad for a lot of the people that have had to go through that. And maybe that now that we have all of these businesses and backup businesses to help us, then it would be better. I have done so much research on this to try, because I had my granny's mom, my great-grandma, she survived in the Great Depression. I have dishes and everything from the Great Depression. I just wanted to know and get so much research about it because it was so great. It was, it was so awesome to study about, because the history behind all this is so amazing, because there's just more and more to it. I could not make a video long enough to, understand, so you could understand everything about the Great Depression. How do you think it may have changed the world, How do you think that, it was bad, or how serious this was? And I just really think that being able to study all of this is the most amazing thing, because not only do you get to learn about how it stopped, but just how great it was. It was really, it's very depressing to even, because I've seen pictures of how bad this was, of how crazy the Great Depression, how it knocked the economy right off their feet. It messed up everything. And I hope that it would never happen. But just the history behind all of this, about the Great Depression, even now it's still talked about today. But I just wanted to, I wanted to make this interview to tell everyone about how important the Great Depression was. Is that, don't ever think that it's not something serious. It's not something that just happened that didn't last forever. I mean, it lasted a long time.